Spend the next 20 minutes feeding your brain with Formosa Fauna so you can become smarter than all of your friends. Since its founding in 2016, Faith for Animals has helped spay and neuter dogs across Taiwan in Taipei, New Taipei, Keelung, Taoyuan, Hsinchu, and Miaoli, successfully spaying and neutering over 30,000 dogs within 9 years, preventing approximately 360,000 puppies from being born each year. Otis Kuo is both director of the organization and a veterinarian, offering a strong perspective on stray population management within Taiwan. We welcome Otis Kuo. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Ron.
Actually, Faith for Animals can be traced back to National Taiwan University in 2007. You may have briefly touched on that, but could you explain more as to why NTU and why in 2007?
Back in 2007, I was a student in NTU, and I was studying in the vet medicine department. And during the class, I heard the teacher say the school is hiring some students to solve the stray dog problems. So I just signed up as with some of my classmates. And they told us it's like a social work kind of thing to help animals. But when we really see the people from the school, they told us our mission is to catch the dogs and ask the government to take them away for euthanasia. And the reason why, it's like 2006. So there was euthanasia. And the reason why they hire students to do so is if they let the government's car just drive in the campus, people will protest so much that the school feels so troublesome. So they try to hire students to do that quietly. So they told us, you must have to stay quiet and stay low. Don't let the dog lovers find out you're catching the dogs.
But you are dog lovers, and that's why you signed up. So what did you do?
Yeah. So we tried to discuss with them, and really luckily, those people, they've been already on this issue in NTU for more than 10 years. So they know this was not working.
Right.
Yeah. So I told them, what if we catch the dogs and we sterilize them and then we release them back to the campus so they could prevent more dogs from getting inside the campus. Mm-hmm. And if these dogs are good dogs, they don't have any conflicts with people, then they could stay. And if some of them, they really do bite people or chase or any kind of problematic behavior, we could still remove them from the campus and try to find some places for them. Yeah, they accept this new policy. They just accepted. They didn't ask anything.
Really?
Yeah, so that was really lucky. But I think that's because they know it wasn't working. Yeah, we try to do it very, very efficiently. So like any incident about dog problems, we try to deal with it within 24 hours. So they will have the problem solved. We will give them a written report. And the way we solve the problem, for both animal lovers or animal haters, they all like the results. Yeah, so
they do?
Yeah, so the school was very happy. So I think in 2009 or 8, like so many universities were asking, what did you do to solve the problem? So we even wrote an SOP to post online to let other schools to learn from us. Yeah, so that was like everything started there. Yeah.
Wow. And just last year, I think, I talked to one of the universities in Taipei, and not NTU, and I asked them why they had campus canines.
Yeah.
And they said the same exact thing. They said, because if we remove the dogs, more dogs will come.
Yeah.
And if you can never be sure of what kind of, I guess, personality the dogs will have. So it is safer to just keep the ones there and take care of them there.
Yeah.
And I think campus dogs, that is sort of a foreign concept to a lot of listeners because that is something that I wasn't introduced to until I came to Taiwan.
Yeah.
Because in the US, at my university in the US, you can't even walk your dog on the campus.
Oh, really?
It's like a big park, right?
Yeah.
People use it as a park. They'll go running around. They'll go for a walk there. But you can't bring your dog because if a student or anybody truly, were to be attacked on the campus grounds with their dog or by a dog, the campus can be reliable and they can be sued. So, of course, they're not going to let any dogs anywhere near the campus. So in Taiwan, I think it is really cool. I do think it is very cool and admirable that there can be campus canines.
But I think they didn't have a choice, actually, because they don't have a wall to prevent dogs from coming in. So this is like, this is like a compromise, but better than the previous policy tried to capture them. Yeah.
Do you remember how many dogs there were on campus at that time?
There will be 15 to 25, I think. Depends on if there are puppies. But I think we try to sterilize all the female dogs in the first year. Mm-hmm. So after the first year, there were no longer puppies. And without puppies, there are like just around 15. But now it's like 1 or 0. It's like, but it's been it's been almost 20 years. So
you mean 1 or 0 dogs on campus?
No.
Oh, okay. But I was there. There were at least 2 that I knew of. By
I
Jyoti.
Yeah. They're no longer there, I think.
No, that's too bad.
Yeah. But I don't know, who did you see? Some of them become a little bit problematic in the following year. So some of them were taken away by us and sent to private shelters.
Okay.
Yeah, but the population of dogs in NTU has dropped like significantly through the year. And because of everything we've been doing around Taipei, now it's actually the theory I told you doesn't apply anymore because the population around the campus, I mean in Taipei or maybe in New Taipei, Keelung, there are no longer so many dogs to walk in the campus. Mm-hmm. So now they can maintain a population of 2 dogs, or I think if one day there are 0 dogs in the campus, it could be happen, and there could be no more dogs to
walk in.
Yeah, so it's different. I think like 10 years ago, it's like stably 15. If some dogs were moved away and new dogs would join them, but now no longer the issue. Yeah, no longer the case.
While you were helping NTU, I guess, fix the problem in a much better way, you must have met some of the people who ended up founding Faith for Animals. Is that how it worked?
Yeah. Like, I think many of them are still working with us now.
Wow, many of them.
Yeah, we're still,
It's been a long time too, wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time. We just never really stopped. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
For listeners joining us from overseas, how would you describe Taiwan's environment when it comes to animals, from public awareness and policy to the realities faced by stray dogs and cats?
Throughout the last 20 years, I spent my time trying to help stray dogs and cats. I would say now it's like everything's changing very fast. There are a big group of people who cares about these animals a lot. So they support their rights. So we changed our law to we don't kill healthy animals to decrease their population. But on the other side, there are still many people who dislike stray dogs or cats, or there just been too many of them in their life to disturb their normal life. So they might try to hurt them or try to tell the government to take them away. So it's basically a group of people is helping them, but some people doesn't like them. And what we're trying to do now is to find a better balance between those two group of people, and that's what the policy been shifting. Yeah.
Now, are there certain factors that make the situation in Taiwan different from other places? For example, the United States or Japan?
I think things has changed a lot in the past 20 years. This is like a quite complicated questions. I think in 20 years ago, it's like, I think it's quite like many places in at least southern Eastern Asia. There are like many dogs everywhere, and people don't sterilize their own pets, so they keep breeding, and there are so many unwanted litters everywhere. And I think one very special point about Taiwan's dogs is like they keep a really big distance from people. This is like a really remarkable thing that is different from other countries, because I've been traveling to many different countries, like in Thailand, in India, or in Malaysia, and many of their stray dogs, they can just catch them by hand. But in Taiwan, it's like very difficult.
Really?
Yeah, we have to think of like all kinds of ways to catch them. So like back in I think 2015, in the Asia for Animals, it's like Asian conference for animal welfare, and we presented how we catch dogs in Taiwan, and people from every country are quite surprised we have to do that. So
Really?
yeah, but this factor is fundamentally change how we can devise our population control program, because all kinds of policy you have to consider about how to catch them. Yeah, this is like a different thing in Taiwan.
Why do you think that is? That Taiwanese dogs are harder to catch?
I'm really not sure. Yeah, but I think in Taiwan it's because people try to catch them for decades. So like if you're a dog, you don't stay away from people, then you get caught and then you get killed. So you don't pass on your genes. So like if a female stray dog, maybe she gave birth to a litter like 10 puppies, and within the 10 puppies there might be one or two who is like very shy from people. They always run away when they see people, and these are the puppies who is going to have their own puppies. So it's like an evolution in Taiwan.
Wow.
We can really observe it in many populations, but I don't know why this didn't happen in other countries. I really don't know. Yeah, or maybe we really do have smarter dogs. I don't know.
Smarter dogs.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Well, I would imagine that Faith for Animals was born from a need to solve a problem. What was that problem specifically, and where do you think it came from?
I think for us, we were like animal lovers. The problem for us is we see animals suffering out there, like through all the time, like when I was in junior high school, or even when I was in the university, I can see dogs suffering on the street or dogs suffering in the public shelters. And what we wanted to do is to end the suffering. Yeah, but we found out that if we want to end the suffering, the one important thing to do is to minimize the number of these dogs. Yeah, there are many things you could do. You could try to adopt some dogs. You could try to rescue them. You could open a shelter. You could try to change the policy or do some education. But no matter what you do, I think the current problem is there are too many dogs for the people who care about them. Our strength is far from enough to save all of them, to shelter them or anything. So the first step must be to decrease the population. So the problem shifted to how to decrease the population. Yeah, this is our way, try to end their suffering. But on the other side, for government or for people who are disturbed by these animals, this is also what they would want. They would also want to decrease the population, because the surplus dogs and cats are creating so many problems. So to sum up, the problem is too many dogs on this island, then anyone would want it, no matter you like animals or you don't like.
Right. So either way, they're suffering. And the ways they're suffering, yet in what ways are they suffering?
like if you're a stray dog, you could be captured by the government anytime. And before, if you were captured, you might be killed in the shelter. They might don't have to euthanize you. The infectious disease inside is so terrible. Many dogs just died because of the disease, not the euthanasia. And nowadays they don't do euthanasia, but there are too many dogs inside the shelters, too crowded, so they have like very, very poor animal welfare. So this is a kind of suffering. And then if you're outside out there, if you are female dogs, and you will give birth to puppies twice a year, but puppies are the easiest to be captured. So she might just have her own daughter and sons and being taken away repeatedly every year. And I think this is another kind of suffering. They have to be separated from their family. Yeah. And then there are many dogs. There are people would put poison, or they would set steel traps, this kind of thing. So like in the mountain areas, we can see many dogs just with 3 legs. Some of them just have 2 legs. Yeah, it's very traumatic, and most of them could just die because the steel trap will be like fixed in the ground. So actually a big amount of dogs, they just died because they were trapped there. But the ones you could see who's alive get out, that means they stay there for I think maybe 10 to 14 days, and the legs just go bad and ruptured and broken. So when you see them, it's like already no arms, but it's like a terrible procedure they've been through. Yeah, and the other part of suffering is for dogs. They have owners, but the owners just keep them as tools. And I think this group of dogs is suffering a lot. Yeah, they might keep them in a small cage or on a chain, and they never let them out, so they don't have any freedom. And the cage might be terrible, and the food, water might be terrible. Most of them are actually starving because they're just using them as tools, so they don't offer any good food or maybe not enough amount of food. Yeah, so it's like all sorts of ways. Yeah,
right. And these are like guard dogs, essentially. Yeah, usually the ones I've seen.
Yeah,
and I actually because I do a little bit of TNR when I can, and recently, just last week, I caught a cat and I posted it on Instagram, my Instagram story, and somebody sent me a message and said, "Why would you catch cats? They have no purpose. They have no they can't be used as a tool. Why not just catch a dog? At least there's a purpose."
Yeah,
and I was thinking, no, they're family. Thank you, Faith for Animals Director Otis Kuo, for joining us on Formosa Fauna. For more information about the organization, please visit Faith for Animals at faithforanimals.org.tw, which will be linked in the episode and podcast description on RTI.
Okay, thank you everyone for listening. Bye-bye.
Making it to the end of an episode makes you a Formosa Fauna friend. Thank you for tuning in, friend. See you next Friday for Formosa Fauna Fridays here on Radio Taiwan International.